kingdom out. It's the kingdom out. It's the kingdom out. We're start to go and get it, so we always on go. Sleep with shoes on, feet stay on the floor. Got a team that won't go, so give me less than an option. All gas with no brakes, so it ain't no stopping. Strategists steady plotting, they drawing the prints. In fact, they blue, don't include the fence. Ain't no limit, ain't no cap, so we stay on the grind. Work ethic from 9-9, born destined to shine. For the kingdom, we gon' grind, we staking it in. Baiting our line, cast it out, reel them in. Let's repent of our sin, cause the kingdom is near. Let's repent of our sin, cause the kingdom is here. Let's repent of our sin, cause the kingdom is near. Let's repent of our sin, cause the kingdom is here. Yeah. It's the kingdom out. It's the kingdom out. It's the kingdom out. It's the kingdom out.
Hey, yeah, can you watch Naruto?
Naruto? How come every time I come in the living room, y'all in the living room talking about watching some Naruto? How about Naruto? Daddy about to watch the Kingdom Hour show, 7 to 8. Facebook Live, YouTube, IG, and podcast.
Yo, what's up, everybody, man? This is your man, J Dab. We are in the building. We're back in here for another episode of the Kingdom Hour Show, man. We got some special guests in the building with a hot topic for tonight, man. We are talking about winning back our youth, man. So huge salute to my people that done stepped in, man. Before we get this thing started, man, we want to let you guys go ahead and get your popcorn ready, get your yogurt ready, get your blanket ready, get your space heater ready, man, and turn off the TV and turn on the radio. Somebody want to talk to us. Somebody want to talk to us. Trying to get here, right? But, man, nevertheless, man, y'all are tuned in to the Kingdom Hour Show, man. Y'all sit tight, man. We are about to jump into this thing, but sit tight, man, as we get you right.
The earth stands still. The heavens bow at the sound of his voice, here and now. He calls the weary, he calms the seas. His words bring hope, they carry peace. In the silence, I hear his tone, a love so deep, it claims my own. No storm too strong, no night too black. When God speaks, there's no turning back. When God speaks, the winds obey. Mountains crumble, fears melt away. Chains are shattered, the broken stand at his command. I'm in his hands. When God speaks, the
Whoa, 1 2 1 2 1 2. We are in here, man. We are on the Kingdom Hour Show, and we are excited to be here with you guys, man. You are now tuned in. We have our special guests in the building, man, and we're going to go ahead and introduce our guests right now, man. My first guest, man, that we would like to introduce, man, is Mr. Cedric Davenport, man, out of H-Town. What is the word, man?
How y'all doing out there, Kingdom Radio? It's an honor to be here, pleasure to be here, and I'm just ready to get it going, man, and make it do what it do.
Come on here, man. Come on here, Dr. Guinn, man. He's no stranger to the Kingdom Hour Show, man. Tell the people what's up, man.
Hey, make sure that y'all tune in tonight. This is a great topic. It's dealing with the youth, and so we definitely need y'all opinion as well. So y'all make sure y'all tap in. Make sure you share, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on Facebook. Y'all share and just come in and tap in with us.
Hey, man, that's what it is, man. And again, I am your host, man. I want to encourage you guys to go ahead and plug in with us here at Kingdom Radio. That's kingdomliferadio.org, man. We got 24/7 action, man. So we're working on keeping the people in the kingdom state of mind. You know what I'm saying? Keeping that kingdom vibe all day, because out here in these H-Town streets, man, boys will make you want to turn up quick. You know what I'm saying? And test your religion, make you forget that you're saved, and man, make you want to say, God, forgive me, and do what I do, right? But nevertheless, man, I am excited to have you guys in the building with me tonight, man, just to talk about this thing. And man, we just want to dive on into this thing because I'm curious and I want to hear you guys' thoughts, man, because I know y'all some troubleshooters, man, and we're gonna try to shoot this trouble up out these children, man. But nevertheless, man, so we're talking tonight on winning back our youth. One, do you guys even think that's possible at this point?
Yes, it's possible. It's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take the elders to step up. And as the elders step up, it's going to take a whole community.
Okay.
Like they say, it takes a village to raise up a family. So we got to work together, and not against each other.
Okay. Okay. What you got?
Yeah, I believe the same thing. I'm out here with the youth. I'm a youth football and baseball coach.
Okay.
So that's one approach I'm taking to try to get them back, keep them rather.
Mm-hmm.
Going astray. A lot of it's a lot of single parent homes out here. The kids. So that's the thing too. We got to make sure the parents be on board and stay on. Whatever we and putting in them, the parents got to stay on it and keep that. So that's one of the things I do with the parents. I have a mentorship program that I implement inside my sports, and I just I teach it to the parents too, so they can stay on them, so they won't just hear it from me at practice, 6 hours a week, they can hear it every day. I send them home just like school. I send them home with paperwork, keep it on their mind, so.
All right. Come on with it. Come on. What you got?
Oh man, hey, he hit it right on the head. A mentorship, program, and he said, something too that's out there. It's a lot of single parents. These mothers are raising these boys and raising their daughters, and they're not really getting the support, from the father. But when I was coming up, the whole neighborhood was was like a parent.
Okay.
And that's something that we have to get back to. The church. A lot of people just depend on the church, but it's just not the church. It's neighbors, it's teachers, co-workers. These are things that we all can help on. We just not need to do it by ourselves. A lot of people depend on the church and saying, well, the church should do this and do that. But it takes everybody to work together. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't do that, then it's gonna make the job even harder than what it is already.
Okay, I agree, and so we're talking about winning back the youth, and so you guys done pretty much laid the foundation, right? But I mean, let's look at our society and how we're living today, because truth be told, man, look, I'm a grandfather now. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? So I believe we're in the same generation, us three, but we've transitioned. We the pawpaws now. You know what I'm saying? And the children that's under us, man, like it's a lot that's been. It's a lot that's missing in regards to morality, in regards to respect, man. And, one thing that I've learned is this: a person learns the most from a person that they have some type of attraction to, right? Sure. And so for many of us, man, they call us school, they call us you know what I'm saying? They call us all these things, right? And we call them YNs, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's like we're missing so much, you know what I'm saying? And I get what you guys are saying, like that's all what's needed, but we're missing that right now. How do we get that back?
It's on us, because like you say, we the elders now. So that bridge is the bridge. I'm gonna say the 30 to 30, most of the 30 to 40-year-olds. Okay. That's what the missing bridge is. Because I hate to say, but the prison system and the funeral home took a lot of us at a young age, so that's true. It and then most of the older guys that moved up, they just okay with them young cats. They they don't want. I'm gonna leave them alone. Yeah. But that ain't what they need. They need us to reach back and bring them across that bridge of that missing part where we missing that. So that's what the youth, they gonna struggle if not enough of us go back and reach and grab them and show them what our grandmama and them and our dad and them show, our mom and them showed us, the morals and stuff he's talking about from old schools. Right. They missing that. These parents getting younger and younger, and they don't know. So that's why I say sometimes you got to teach the parents too, so they can teach the kids, because you're just teaching the kids, and the kid know more than the parent, growing up, that ain't good either. So
I promise these children now know
they
everything.
know everything.
Everything. I know, man. I'm talking to little 6-year-old, man, and them 6-year-olds, boy, they know everything. Like, and then they so independent. I got it. I know. But man, what you had to say?
Everything what my brother said is right. But one of the things we fail at is staying consistent.
Mm-hmm.
If we stay consistent, and especially if we take ownership to grab somebody and say, hey, you know what? you finna be in my life, so I'm finna guide you all the way through. We can't get to a point and then just stop. We gotta constantly keep staying on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you stay on that one person gonna say, hey, well, I got, he's like a father figure to me.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll be quicker to listen to him because of the change that he made.
Right.
But as we was coming up, it was just a lot of respect that we had. We know not to run in front of no old person and or come in and bust in the room and be talking while you see, your parents talking to somebody. It was just a certain type of respect. And I think what happened, parents now, the younger parents, are making their kids as if that's their best friend.
Right.
They want to hang out with them, they want to drink with them, they want to smoke with them. And so when you grow up like that, and you have to be careful what you do around people, and especially these kids, they watch everything. But we give them this, we give them the phone, we give them the tablet, and we take them away from the things that really keep them as growing up as a child.
Okay.
What about just going to the park? What about riding your bike?
Right.
You remember Christmas, man, kids used to, every time you look up, you see somebody on a brand new bike.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even see that no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't see the kids going to the park. They don't run. They're not going to run no track unless they're trying to get a scholarship. But what happened to just having fun as a young person? What about taking them, taking them fishing and doing certain things with them? We don't do that no more. Everything now, I don't have time. Mm-hmm. So now, who steps up if the father don't step up in his part? Mm-hmm. So now you got to depend on your uncles. You got to depend on the grandfather. And the grandfather should be just Cadillacing and said, hey, when I see him, let me shoot him a little change, and that's it.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay, I'm dropping this child off at your house, and now I got to watch him. Now, since I'm watching him, I got to raise him in the way that I want him to be raised. Right. And now you taking what I just helped him, to learn, and you taking it and dissecting it and saying, okay, well, now we're gonna do it this way.
Okay.
So it's a fight between the parents and and the grandparents.
Okay, I get it because once again we grandparents now.
Parents and grandparents.
And parents and grandparents. And so dealing with this how do you guys feel about aspirations? Because like when we grew up, to be honest, man, we aspired to the ones who had money. You know what I'm saying? And now it's the same aspirations with these young people now. So I mean, how do we win their attention, or how do we get their attention to stir up a positive aspiration? To where, see, when we grew up, even though we aspired to the dope dealers, to be honest, those were the ones that was making time. You know what I'm saying? Those was the ones that was showing up. Those was the ones that was buying stuff off the ice cream truck. Those were the ones when you go in the store, they's like, here go 5, here go 10. You know what I'm saying? And so we aspire to that, right? And when I'm talking about aspiration, a lot of our young kids, they don't aspire to us. You feel me? Be business owners. You know what I'm saying? Both of you guys, business owners. You know what I'm saying?
Looking at the rappers, and they want to be rappers. And,
yeah.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, but they got to understand, everybody not gonna be a rapper. Everybody not gonna be a ball player. You gotta find. So the way I would counter that, I would say, like, growing up, I remember we used to have after school programs and community centers. You go to the neighborhood center. Don't have that no more for kids. To teach them, some vocational skills and life skills. Just something like you say, because now they're getting out of school, going straight home, getting on the tablet. Looking at YouTube, looking at
and what you said too. We had all that, and we had summer job programs.
We
don't even have that. So when you take everything away from the youth, what do they have left?
Right.
It's only what they see and what inspires them.
Yeah.
So when they see us in church, the first thing they saying, "Oh, we got to be in a suit and tie."
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you notice now, if you look up, you don't really see a lot of people in suit and ties no more.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's coming casual and this and that, and but it's always something that's going to be said. The older people gonna say, You know, they need to be dressed like that, and it's all right to dress like that, but we don't know everybody's status.
Right.
You know, and back then, you know what I'm saying, you know, I thank God for Kingdom, because where people are falling short at, we're able to help them out. But, you know, you can only do so much. You can put it out there for them, and all of a sudden it's like, well, I rather go to this person that's doing the same thing what we're doing, but they're ready to go over here. And then when they get disappointed, now they come back over here. And we still got to show them love no matter what.
Right.
Yeah. That's true. That's true, man.
Yeah, they're going to go where, like you say, they're going to go where it look good. And,
Yeah.
you know, where they think it's, you know, going when you get over there. And like, and I don't like to call names, but I'm going to say, you know, I'm just going to say the big mega church in Houston.
Yeah.
You know, one of the big mega churches in Houston, you know, they, you know, they put out saying they gonna do, but then when you go to, you know, to receive something, they ain't got nothing for you. So you know that I feel that I've been in this situation, you know, with the youth organizations going looking for sponsorship and looking for help to help the kids, and you know, a lot of times, you know, I have to do it myself because you know it has to be done.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part too. But you know, man, as long as we're willing, right? Because and so looking at it from a spiritual aspect, man, we have to take what we have. You know what I'm saying? These tools and fews that we have, I may only have $100. You feel me?
Yeah.
But if I take that 100 and split it 5 ways, that's at least 5 children or 5 young people that I can say, hey, pull up with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was a couple of other things that you said too, bro, that I wanted to revisit. You know what I'm saying? You was talking about working with the parents.
Right.
So it's not just working with the young people. No, we have to make it a collective thing. And so how do you suggest? How do we get the parents involved?
I give them like get a parents initiatives. You know, hey, incentives. I mean, you know, hey, if you and little Johnny, hey, y'all go and make this happen. You know, hey, and we give you a gift card for, you know, for something for the, you know, gas or, you know, food gift card, you know, just something to keep them inspired instead of just, you know, because I always use examples of, you know, stuff I've been through. So I have an example of a kid, he would come to practice every day, never seen his parent, no mama, nobody. You know, I don't even know how he got signed up, but nobody was never there for him. So finally we had a parent meeting, and he was like, well, my mama can't come, she got to work. I said, well, let me get your mama phone number. Call the mama. She ain't doing that. She at the house. Man, come on up here. You know, if a ride issue, I'll go come and pick you up. But you need to be involved, see what's going on with your son. You know, see the people that's around your kids first of all.
Yeah.
So once she came and got, you know, seen what's going on, she was one of the best parents. You know, active parents. You know, but like I said, they don't. You have to go reach and get them. A lot of them ain't gonna volunteer to just come. You know, they gonna hey, go on with your cousin or go with, you know, whoever dropping you off. But come on, you need to see what your baby doing up here. So. Like I said, they get involved, but to get the parents, you gotta go grab them. Some of them gonna be a little, I ain't doing it, but a lot of them will come once you come with the right attitude and, you know, with the right conversation. They'll come on and see that it's a good thing, and plus to see a lot of parents have never seen a child in a state outside of them. You know, like they come to football and they'll tell me they don't call my coach. You know, they fear coach. You know, and more than they fear their parent. Or you know, even their teachers, they'll call your coach. You know, so because that's, you know, you have to put into the kid what you want to get out of.
Yeah, that's a good point too, man. And when you said they fear the coach, man, the first thing that hit my mind was what they fear the most is the letdown.
Exactly.
Because they're not crazy. They know who's pouring into them.
Right.
They know who's spending time. They know, and so like, man, I don't want to disappoint coach. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you do, don't call. And that's the same thing if you had a father in the house. You know what I'm saying? And you cutting up at school, and you know your father got down, and like, man, just don't call my daddy. You feel me? Call my mama. Don't call my daddy.
They know. I know principal teachers. I pop up at their school in a minute.
Yeah.
I was surprised a few of them. You know, the principal or teacher call, hey, you know, such and such play me on your tail. Like, yeah, because you know I encourage them where they, you know, where they represent. You know who you know what team. So so such and such play for your tail. I say, yeah, well, he up here cutting. I say, don't tell him I'm on my way up there.
Come on, man.
I go up there and I'm talking about hold them, and after that one visit and that one talk, and they come to practice. And I have a rule: you get in trouble at home, school, you're in trouble in practice with me. So
Yeah.
Don't, and I tell the parents, don't not let them come to practice. Don't let them come on, because I got something that you ain't. I got some punishment for him that you ain't gonna get. That he gonna is gonna make him act right. So.
And that's the piece too, man. And so that's what community working hand in hand with
Right.
parents.
Right.
That's what it does. You know what I'm saying? So you have I'm typing on my phone because I'm taking notes. You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm not gonna lie, man. It's like I see the young people today. You feel me? And like for those who have that gift and that calling for young people, you know what I'm saying? You have to step in, you have to activate that thing. You know what I'm saying? Because these young people need you. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they look at me and see a preacher. That's and they don't want to hear from the preacher. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's like at the end of the day, you know, man, it's like, well, it's somebody that you need to hear, that you need to listen to. It's somebody that can hold your attention. So I'm convinced that there is hope and that we can win them back. But bro, it's a journey, and one, we gotta lay that foundation. Parents, if you're listening right now, parents, man, we need you to get involved. And it's the same way on the church end. So if you got the community park, or we got the community church, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't just come and drop the kids off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We need, and I get it, because a lot of parents feel like, well, I need to move out the way because they need to see some fresh faces. They need to see this, and you know what I'm saying? But nah, they need to see you too.
Yeah. Definitely.
Knowing that you get this too, and you're gonna instill this once we leave here.
Right.
Like I said, if the parent don't know, once the kid leave from us, they get home and the mom and daddy don't know what we're gonna put in them. They gonna forget about it, you know. But as long as somebody's there to keep on them, I definitely encourage that all the time.
And man, look, I'm gonna read this comment, man, from Jose Rodriguez, man.
Oh, okay.
Jose say, man, he says, Instagram is raising our youth. We grew up taught by our elders, and that's something that we've stated, you know. And so, not to drag us back into the past, but we have to move forward in progress, but we can't leave the principles.
Yeah.
We have to bring the teachings. We have to bring the principles. The same, because man, we was bad. You know what I'm saying? Well, y'all may have been bad. I was bad.
Now you said it right.
We was bad. We had our moment. Everybody had their moment.
And you know, man, it's like once they let us out that door, bro, we doing everything we can before the street light come on. You know what I'm saying? Because we know we got to go back in, and I get it, man, because we didn't have the technology. We had Nintendos and Ataris and stuff, man. But like when my son grew up, man, my son had a PlayStation. At that time, it was I think the highest was the PlayStation 4. And he had the PlayStation 4, man, and one in our house, he couldn't take his PlayStation in his room. The PlayStation stayed in the den. That's community property. You feel me?
Family room.
Yeah. And then two, he couldn't play his PlayStation Monday through Friday. He could play it Friday evening.
Yeah.
Once school was over with, you know. And we encouraged him, man, like, bro, go outside, go play basketball, go play football. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's like a catch-22 too. Catch-22 now, because like now we can't keep him out the street. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know. But nevertheless, we have to move forward with progression, but we have to bring the principles with us, you know.
Sure.
And then too, you know, man, when we got the kids who they aspire to, they aspire to anybody making money. So no real principles are being taught about money. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, man, we done played in the streets, and as fast as it comes, it's just as fast as it go, because we do not respect it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't start respecting money until I started earning it. I started sweating on it. You feel me? That's when, like, man, that's when I really felt like Rock Emerson. You know what I'm saying? Counting every dollar. You know what I'm saying? But moving them, and so when we have the people that they aspire to, people who's getting money, man. So to be honest, man, we have to reach them before we can really reach them, because the perfect storm would be us working with cats that's active in the community, that's pointing the young kids back to us. You feel me? But at the same time, it's like, listen, bro, I'm watching what you got going on, and you didn't go to school, and you didn't do. So on the cool, bro, I really need you to tell them and teach them, like, bro, you really living a dangerous life right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody testifying to that. What y'all say about that?
Yeah, and what you're saying is right. You know, most of the people that's in the entertainment field don't want to get to a point, because they've been taught in the industry that, hey, this is what sells. So I got to keep this image up. You know, everybody wants to be a Scarface or a 50 Cent and this and that, and they don't realize that these are where these guys had grew up like this here. But even in the midst of them growing up like they did, you still see them give back to the community. You see them, trying to mentor. Even with Master P, he sat there and he explained to everybody. He said when you think about when you go to Walmart, when you think about Patti LaBelle, who owns that? And everybody said Patti LaBelle. No, Patti LaBelle didn't own it. She only got a percentage out of it.
For her
you know
name.
what I'm saying? For her name.
Right.
That was it. And then, so it's like when people don't know, and you mentioned it last night, even in Bible study, we got to have understanding. If you don't have understanding, you can't get knowledge.
Right.
And so, and it's just like, just going through all these different things in life, we don't want to take accountability, when it comes down to, if I'm starting to, like when I started with my clothing line, everybody who I asked that had a clothing line was sending me way over here, down here by Sheep Road, instead of saying, hey, this is what you do. You just go here, go get a DBA, bam, 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 and that's it. I had to learn all this here step by step. So when somebody asks me, how do I start? Oh, man, ain't no problem, man. Let me show you.
Right.
Let me walk with you so you won't make the mistakes that I made.
Exactly.
And we always say, I don't want to make the mistakes, or I made mistakes so that you don't have to make it. You don't have to spend all that money. And that's what we got to get to a point, it's just, like you're saying, staying, consistent, truly have an understanding, knowing what we going to do, and just trust the process. But we all got to come together. I can't just shake your hand and then just miss this man. So when I come in, let me show love to everybody, because the more we show love, the better it is.
Okay.
And I think that's one of the key things, is that we don't show love. So when you don't show love, you only going to respond how you see somebody come to you.
Okay. Okay. You had anything else on this set?
I just want to say, for me, man, to my whole journey and fight for the youth is, I lost my son in 2008, so to the streets, and so that gave me a whole different perspective and motivation because I feel like I wasn't there enough for him, because I was young and and coming up in whatever situation me and his mom had. So after 2008, I just kind of, I don't know, I guess God just changed me to I was a new barber, and I'm trying to figure, and I got put in this position where I was called, I need to go help these young people. I was at the park one day, and it just led me over there, and I've been there ever since. And I was, like I said, I was new in my business, so I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this and do that. And I've been doing it 19 years now.
Come on, man.
So it made a way, for and now all my clients, customers know, hey, said on Saturdays, said gonna be out there on the field. I'm gonna come in after or before or after. During the week, they know my schedule. I leave at 6. I go to practice. I come back, but I gotta go do this. So, and it's been on me. I ain't missed a game a year.
Come on, man.
In 19 years, after that, and even like I say, just being, just seeing my son, deceased, and and knowing I'm dealing with other kids, it was on me not to let nobody get as many as I can to, to try to help, what I'm saying? So, like I say, with just just doing that, man, just, like I say, I have kids, I've been coaching, they're in college right now, some of them high school, high school players, like a few of them in college right now, and they doing good, and they still remember, like we said earlier, they still remember when they were 6 or 7 years old, coaching the stuff that I gave them, so that's why, that's another thing that kept me encouraged doing it, to keep dealing with it, because I've seen a few that came back and said, hey, coach, I remember you, I remember the champs, you teach them champs, C is for character, H heart, A attitude, M motivation, P pride, S sacrifice. And if you have all of those qualities in whatever you do, outside, you're gonna be successful.
So that's a universal acronym.
It started with sports, but it was taught to me when I was like in the 9th grade, and it stuck with me. It's been stuck with me ever since. And every team I deal with, I implement that. So, and they still remember that. And, and they just hearing that, they don't ever, I ain't looking for nothing back, just for them to come back and say, coach, I appreciate it. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? So that make me feel good. seeing them, I turn on TV on Saturdays, a couple of them on, watch the college games. I see a couple of kids out there playing. That makes me feel good,
Come on, man.
Go to the game, see them, And I've been with coaches boys. They were like 6 years old, 5, 6 years old. So.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And that's the piece right there, man. Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break right quick, man. Get us a cup of water, a couple bottles of water, man. And we'll be right back, man. I want you guys to stay tuned, man, to kingdomliferadio.org. If you guys want to call in and give some insight, some input, man, drop some knowledge on us, man, you can call in at 832-944-0483. But y'all sit tight, man. Keep it locked. We will be right back.
Do you feel overwhelmed in managing day-to-day activities and transactions? Do you have clearly defined business processes on how money flows? Is your business losing money? Do you have past due invoices? If this describes your business, big or small, we need to talk. Briggs Bookkeeping One provides over 7 years of knowledge, skills, and experience in bookkeeping and helping businesses grow. Contact us today at 601-850-3519 to discuss your bookkeeping needs. Hello there, and welcome to the Esteem Program, where we are focused on helping women build self-esteem and confidence to thrive in life. Would you like to increase your knowledge and skills to gain self-confidence or boost your self-esteem? How about identifying and clearly articulating your wants and needs? Do you need to sharpen your job readiness or career skills? Or would you like to develop a personal and professional roadmap for your life, your job or career? Or how about your vision? Well, let's talk. Contact us today to learn more about our 12-week Esteem Bootcamp and to discuss your specific program needs. We're ready to connect and help women rise beyond to thrive in life. Visit with us online at esteemprogram.org or at 479-236-6169. June 29th, rock the mic for Christ. It's going down. Yes, sir. Yeah. Mic check 1, 2. Y'all know what it is. We about to handle our business for the kingdom. You dig? Air horns on the ring as we move through traffic. Open up, make room. I'm too grown for cabin. Yeah, still so trapping. It's the anointing, homie. Gon' run up on me for disappointment, homie. I'm covered by the blood, but I grew with the best. Got saved from finesse. Now the track is blessed. Now who wanna test the Holy Spirit that's in me? Rebukes hand over fist, and they don't come gently. Ain't no luck. Best believe he sent me. Got a pass in the city from the garden. You hear me?
Here I am, and I'm speaking y'all. Block of yard, I'm a rapping dog. Know my repertoire from the H to the boot like the Mardi Gras when I spit on balls. I'm a brain lead. Watch it do. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm a cold young dude from a hidden shoe. Been blessed with new. Stay ahead of the game, not a payment due. Now you really wanna know why I'm so raw? It's the love of all, and it's the love of God. I'm the key to light. Take it out of the dark so you can walk it right. You can talk it right, cause I'm a stand in the field. On the battlefield, got a mission for you. Over the booth, and I be spitting on reels. For the kingdom life.
School chopped it, then we body rocked it, then we southsided it, the whole world got it. Then we broke the shotgun, then we broke the curses, then we started betting Jesus Christ to our verses. Walking in my person, yeah, the freestyle pro.
Yo, we are back in this thing, man. Welcome back. We had to take a little break one time, man. They dropping so much fire in this thing, man. We had to go rewind and play catch up, man. But we back in this thing now, man. Back on the Kingdom Hour Show with me, your host J Dab. We are in the building with special guest Cedric Davenport, man, Joseph Guinn, man, and we are talking about winning back our youth. Who we got on? we are talking about winning back our youth, man, and you guys have laid the foundation, man. And so this is the thing. When we politic like this here and we brainstorm like this here, we're actually troubleshooting, right? Yeah. And so from us talking to the ones that's dropping on knowledge online, man, that's tuned in right now on Facebook Live, we're not just talking, right? we have to implement something, right? And so coming back into this second portion, man, I wanted to just recap from the first half, man. One, we got to lay the foundation.
Definitely.
So
Lay the foundation, and the foundation being laid is to let these young people know, like, listen, you got somebody that care. You know what I'm saying? But that's a different story. We'll talk about that a little later on down the road. Then two, we have to get the parents involved. We have to work with parents, and we have to reach and grab the parents also, right? That was another key point you guys dropped on us. Then three, we have to find activities that stirs up the children, right? Then two, we look four, we're looking at the aspiration. What are you aspiring to, man? How can I help you, or how can we get you to where you need to be? And then five, my last point on the first session was we have to teach them something. Well, what are we teaching them? What are we teaching them? And so part two, man, as we kick off in part two, segment two, man, I want to ask you guys this here. I'm gonna call off some names or some titles, and I want you guys to let me know what's missing. All right. So one, we have parents, right? Two, we have community leaders, right? And I want to separate the community from the church right now, right? So we have parents, we have community leaders who actually have a voice in the community, right? And then we have church leaders, right? So what's missing from that equation? We got parents, community leaders, and then we got church leaders.
I would say maybe probably like, just the small businesses, because that they giving the kids opportunities. I remember growing up, I had a sacking job in the local little grocery store in the neighborhood. We don't see kids don't have sackers no more, stuff like that. Just I don't know, I just like you say, just you got to find something positive for the kids to do, whether it's work related, fun related, educational, but they need to be I'm gonna say corralled all year round, it's some positivity, just doing something positive all year round, because any little slip in the crack, you're gonna lose them, so that's why I stayed try to do something all year round with the group of kids that and building and but all year round, football, baseball, track, just keep them doing something.
Keep them busy. And I asked about these particular titles because this is actually, with these titles and this group of people, this forms a community. Because when we look in our natural community, we have all of these elements in it, right? And so when we think about it, from parents, we need you to be involved. Community leaders, you know what I'm saying? That's people in the community that has a voice. That could be councilmen, councilwomen, people who have authority and power to come forth and create change. Man, if you have a church or a ministry right here that's implementing something to keep these children busy, like, okay, bet they need after school activities. Well, we have this place over here, but we're short on funds. We can't feed them, and so if you have the resources to feed them, you know what I'm saying? Send food, send money, you know what I'm saying? But we have to, of course, work with trustworthy people, right? And then we have, so we got community leaders. Now we have church or religious leaders, right? People, because at the end of the day, we can teach them all these natural things to keep them sustained and keep them busy. But as a person, we have to have spiritual deposits.
Right.
Because honest, man, we're not just natural men. We're not natural beings. We are spiritual beings as well. And so our spirit man has to be cultivated. Our spirit man is what produces the morality, produces morals, and teaches us what's right from what's wrong, and teaches us, man, to seek something greater than ourselves, right? And so that's why we have the church or the religious leader in that equation. And you said business owners. That's economical.
Economical, right.
You know what I'm saying? Teaching the children, like, man, this is what you do with money. This is how you look inside of yourself, and this is how you pull something out. This is how and all of these people are mentors, right? And so if we can get a group of all these people, so to be honest with you, right now, just and the word of God says that wherever two or more gathered in His name, there He shall be in the midst. And so to be honest with y'all, we have this list already feel. And so I said that sitting in this room right now, and I said that to say we don't have to look for 40 people to come on board to do what we do, because we have parents in this room, we have community leaders in this room, we have church leaders in this room, religious leaders in this room, and we have business owners in this room. So I said that to validate what we are dispersing over the air right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we got a plan, we got a motion. So if you say, if it was anything that y'all needed right now, what would it be?
To me, just people coming together.
Okay.
You know, I mean, because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we all have families and stuff that we have to take care of. But when you have something going on, why everybody just can't come? Even if you can't come, but someone that's in your organization can represent for you. You know, I know as you being a barber, I know y'all have certain days where y'all might say, okay, hey, you know, for the kids who don't have the money to get the haircut. Normally, you know, y'all get a group of barbers or something together and say, hey, what we do the first 20 or 30 kids to come up, get their hair cut and stuff, so that at least they would have that, if nothing else. You know, leaders, you know, we got churches on every block, and you won't even get them to even fellowship with one another. You know, but they're quick to pass you out a flyer and say, hey, we're doing something at our church. But you never spoke to us, and your church is right next door to us. You know, and so if we start coming together, I think things will be a lot better, because, you know, it's crazy. You can put a liquor store in the same area. They ain't got to do no advertising.
No.
They just know that door gonna be open. So why is it that we can go into this liquor store but can't go into the church just to hear the word?
Right.
You know, and if I think if we start coming together, and if people see that we come together, I think the kids will say, you know what, let me go and go over here. Because I'm seeing my mom being consistent going to church. I'm seeing, you know, that she's active in the church. And if we start doing that, just take, you know, like you said, if you got gifts, you know, whether you cook, you bake, and they're saying that, and you say, well, I might not have the money to get the food, but if you get the food, I can at least cook it. You know what I'm saying? And we always need somebody to do something. If you say, well, I got the money, but I don't have the time, well, give that money to somebody so that they can go get stuff. So when the kids need something to snack on, they have it.
Somebody got the time. You got the money, I got the time.
That's it. And I think if we do that, I think it would be a lot better. You know, like I say, we're just taking it one step at a time, but we got to just keep pushing, keep pressing, and not give up, and stay consistent. That's the main thing. We stay consistent with the love that we have and the gift that God gave us. I believe that so much stuff can change, because the ones that's out there that's in the entertainment field, they stay consistent. They gonna always look up. You gonna see them. They gonna be shining, and they gonna make sure they not off. They not off. They gonna be on point on everything. You know what I'm saying? When they talk in the interview, you see them, man. Yeah, you know they started messing with the chain. I'm like, man, I seen it when you came in. You know what I'm saying? But they started, you know what I'm saying? And people say, what? You doing that because that ain't you. I got it, but you ain't never really seen me with it. And because I know when I was coming up, you know, you had rings on every finger. And, you know, you was out there polishing. You had the little wiper, you know, to wipe the chain and stuff, and you trying to keep it shining. But then that was a season for that. But even in the midst of it, no matter how bad we was coming up, one of the things was that we still didn't want to see nobody else do bad. Nah, man, don't do this here, because I know you're going to get caught up. Wasn't that they wasn't smart, but you knew the consequences if you get caught. So until we get that fear of, you know, of getting to a point to say, hey, you know, we need to make some changes in life. And if we don't make them changes, we're gonna eventually keep losing people more than what we already lost, you know.
And to kind of piggyback off of that, I think another thing too is, like you said earlier, Jay, about kids getting outside. So when the kids was out, you know, we was outside, we was able to socialize with each other and learn each other and like I say, look out for each other. Now, you know, you can have a friend that you ain't never met before, you know, all the way in Egypt, so you know, Africa somewhere. Just through social, so that kind of hurt things too with the youth, because they're not out socialized and like I say, not enough activities, you know. So that's like I said, we just got to keep them together, keep them, you know, keep them in the brotherhood. The kids don't have a brotherhood, you know. They don't have no camaraderie, you know, and just, you know, learning each other and feeling like, hey, I got your back, you know, and because they don't have that human interaction as much as that we did, you know, getting outside. And, you know, like I remember I had a friend, we fought every day after school for a whole week behind somebody else said. We've been best friends for 50 years now, you know what I'm saying? and just learning, you know, learning this person and getting to know this person. So
those social skills, man, that's one thing. And the crazy thing about it sounds like an oxymoron, but it's called social media, right? And it keeps us from really being social, you know what I'm saying, and interacting.
You know, even when we you know, like after, you know, the wife cook, tell everybody come on, get everybody at the table doing this. You know what I'm saying? If we get away from this, how often have we actually played board games? You know what I'm saying? You got all, remember you had Sorry, Monopoly, Perfection, you know, Operation. Why don't we go back to that? You know what I'm saying? Even in the church, saying, hey, you know, a certain night, you know, one night be a game night.
And
talent shows.
That can even be that can be a video game too. You know what I'm saying? That the family plays together for designated time. Yeah, exactly. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, man. You know, we could have you know, like I say, game night, talent shows. You know, anytime you talking about it's gonna be a cash reward at the end.
They coming.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie though, man, cause like a lot of us in our communities and our neighborhoods, man, you start talking stuff like that in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you talking some Winslow type stuff, Huxtable type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And for a lot of us, man, we didn't grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of our children, if you didn't grow up seeing that, you think that, you know what I'm saying, that's TV, you feel me? But I completely concur. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to do, and so now we're talking to parents. We need to begin to do something, you know what I'm saying, to begin to bring it back together that we can know each other, you know what I'm saying? Because like, how often do you tell your children you love them? How many times have our pops or our parents dropped us off at school and say, I love you? You know what I'm saying? Like, now we grew up with what's understood shouldn't have to be explained. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was a story that this man had his daughter, and he used to walk his daughter to school every day. Well, when she got to the 4th grade, the kids used to make fun of her about her dad, how he looked. And this one day he was taking her to school. She said, Dad, you can stop right here. Let me go ahead and walk. And he said, why? He said, I've been taking you and dropping you off in the front. And she said, no, Dad, just, right here. He said, well, what's wrong? She said, well, to be honest with you, Dad, she said, the kids make fun of you every time you pull up. And he said, well, let me tell you my story. He said, when you was 3 months old, you was in the house caught on fire. The fire department told me not to go in there because there was no way that I was going to be able to save you. He said, but I risked he said, like half of my body was burned just to save you. He said, so this is what I went through because I wanted to save you. And a lot of times, when you look up, you'll see our children will say, well, when I grow up, I'm gonna be me and my child gonna do this and we gonna do that. We gonna be fly. You so busy trying to be a friend to your child and not a parent to your child.
Come on.
And so what happens now when you being a friend, now when you trying to discipline her, it ain't gonna work.
They gonna talk to you like you talk to your friend.
And all of a sudden now you want to put them paws on them, and then instead of putting them paws, they call that 911 number on you. So it's just all kind of stuff that goes on. So we just, like I say, it's a battle, but we definitely got to start doing some stuff different.
But I mean, I'm encouraged. Man. We got like 10 minutes left, man. But I'm encouraged, man. So one, like we called out these different leaders in the community, it's gonna take all of this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take men who have standards. To really show another way, right? Because listen, I was doing a hypnosis.
No sense.
Now I was sitting back looking at some stuff, man. I said, you know what, man? I'm like, and I was considering, you know, the hustlers in the street, right? But a hustle is just that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is, bro. And any hustler know whatever you hustling right now is not gonna always be wanted. So you gotta go on and get you something else to hustle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I looked at people like our fathers and stuff, my daddy and stuff like that, who grew up working a job, you know what I'm saying? But it's like old men working at the waterfront, working for the city, getting that and see, that's what it is. It's that consistent check.
Yeah.
Is that hustle check is not consistent. You might get your hit your little lick, you know what I'm saying, this week, but that hustle check is not consistent, right? And so, like, what I'm saying is, this is what I was looking at. I'm like, man, all them old men, bro, they was working them jobs, man, and these boys were buying houses and paying off houses and buying Cadillacs and paying off Cadillacs. A lot of them old men working regular jobs had 2 families. One on the north and one on the south, and everybody ate, you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at them like, but man, the hustlers are having it hard right now, you know what I'm saying? And I said that to say this is like, we have to be able to teach the young people. The Bible says this here: money accumulated slowly will grow. Money gotten quick will dissipate. You know what I'm saying? It goes quick. That's a principle. That is a principle. So when you get it slow, you'll watch it grow. You know what I'm saying? You put that on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? When you get it slow, you'll watch it grow. You know what I'm saying?
Use that one.
But it teaches the values, and so those are some of the things that we have to begin to implement, man. I wanted to share this on live, man, while we're talking, man. The scripture, Proverbs 22:6, where the word of God says, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it, right? And so I want to break it down and dispel any thoughts that say, man, you gotta always be in church, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what that means. You feel me? What that's saying is you have to be experienced enough in God and in life as an adult to identify what's in that child that child can't see for himself right now, right? And as I'm training you up, I'm training you according to what I can identify in you. And so what I'm training and what I'm sharpening is the very thing that you can't see in yourself. You feel me? And as I sharpen this, is because it's gonna be a time to where you're gonna ask the question as a child. You're gonna ask, what's my purpose? And then because we were obedient to the word and we trained you up and we sharpened that thing that we saw in you, that we identified in you, we'll be able to give that back to you. Because that came out of you, you're gonna naturally gravitate to it because it's yours in the beginning. It's just like a child giving me $100 and say, man, hold this for me. And he said, whatever you do, don't give it back to me. You know what I'm saying? And we take it and we put the 100 in the bank. You know what I'm saying? And it's some years, he forgot about it. It's some years and that money is accumulating interest. And so it comes that point in their life where they really need some money. And, well, here, this was yours. You feel me? And that's what we have to do with, I believe that's what we have to do with the gifts that's in the children. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So when we take the time, man, the things that you got going on, annual or seasonal, you got something for every season, right? So, man, and then with sports, it's teaching them discipline, you know what I'm saying? But what get me a lot of times is, man, like you said, the parents just want to send these children, you know what I'm saying? And then, but the coaches got to have discipline too.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You can't just be out there cussing them children out and talking bad to them like, bro, they getting that at the house already. You feel me? And same thing, and the biggest misconception with the church piece is every church is still and every church is full of hypocrites. It's like, man, we got to begin to stand up and say, well, man, we have to begin to know places that's not, because it is some.
Yeah.
But we have to be able to attest and say, it's some places that's not. And vice versa, you know what I'm saying? With community leaders, we have to begin to say, listen, man, go talk to Brother Guinn, go talk to Mr. Davenport. You feel me? We got to be able to beeline them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I may not have what you need, but I know somebody who has what you need.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, man, with that being said, man, talk to us a little bit before we get out here about the sports on the teams that you coach.
So I'm in the neighborhood, man. I'm with the Southeast Raiders. Youth football and cheer. That's football and baseball. Like I said, I've been coaching youth football. It's my 19th year.
Okay.
Been pretty good at it. I've been a couple of different teams. I had my own organization at one point. Baseball, my third year coaching baseball. I just saw these Raiders off. So, like I say, I've been. Before I started coaching, did my mentor was doing the Champs for Life, the mentor. I was telling you about the character heart.
Mm-hmm.
So after my son passed, so that just led me into the sports and keeping that going. And like I say, man, it's been one of the most this been one of the most fulfilling. Because I feel like that's what my purpose was to do that, go back and mentor and help kids not go the path I went. And and not that I took a bad path, but I just made some bad decisions. I want them to, show them a different way to go. Because all of them, they as a kid, they all pretty much tunnel, but they all see one thing.
Yeah.
And then once they get to the teenage years, and when stuff get thrown at them, they don't know how to handle it, and like gonna lose a lot of them like that. That 12, because that's why I coach 11 and 12-year-olds, because I feel like that's the gateway. That's that gateway when they start. You're gonna go either this way or that way. Because I know that's when I was introduced to a lot of things at 12, 13 years old. Yeah. So I just thank God, man, that He put me in a position and have me to be able to give what I can give to the kids. And I have kids. I had about all girls growing up. I got 2 little boys now, and it's giving me more, even more meaning now for what I do, because I got 2 boys, that I'm gonna have to bring through this, what we're talking about, that I got to guide through. So
right.
It's just, like I said, I'm just thankful, man, that I can get around brothers like y'all and talk about it. Just here get some ideas, that I can take back and elaborate on, going forward too. So
troubleshoot that thing.
Yeah.
And you also a barber.
Yeah, I have a barber shop. I've been a barber for 25 years. I have my own shop now. I have Deport's Barber Lounge. It's 6512 Belford. I've been there 5 years now. And it's a place too that where I really would like for my shop to be like a community center, because I want kids summertime. I have basketball goals in the backyard and trampoline, because I want kids to come up there instead of walking the streets during the summer. Right. Come up here, y'all hang out and go in the backyard and hang out and do something back here. At least I know y'all. That y'all safe. Y'all not doing doing that crazy. So it's just like I say, man. It's just since I've been doing this, I tried working a few jobs here and there, but it always brought me back to this. Yeah. So I stopped running from it. So this what I got. This what I'm here to do. So
stop running from the call, man. He cold with them clippers too. He's actually my barber, man. Yeah, he actually my barber, man. He cut J. Dale. But yeah, man. So yeah, that's a blessing, man. I'm just sitting here thinking, man, a lot of stuff running through my mind right now that we'll talk about off air. But come on, JG Apparel.
Oh man, make it real quick. Hey, I get a chance to have a clothing line. I'm working on a bikini line now, and it's gonna be classy, not trashy.
Yeah, classy, not trashy.
But the name of the clothing line is Joseph Guinn Apparel. This is one of them called Puzzle Made. And on the back of it said, you might be the only vision. But if you want to get a chance to, you can check it out at josephguinn.myspreadshop.com and go on there and do everything from cups to pins to all kind of stuff, hats, old school T-shirts. It's a lot of stuff on there. So just get a chance to check it out.
Give us that website one more time.
Oh, man, it's Joseph Guinn, GUINN.myspreadshop.com.
.com, man. Hey, man, that's what it is, man. And so, man, we've been blessed this evening, man. I walked away with my notes, and most definitely want to begin to implement these things, because we got the summer coming up.
Right.
So we most definitely want to kick off the summer program at the Kingdom Life Central. You know what I'm saying? We have a couple of other things that we're working on for the Kingdom, for the community, though. You know what I'm saying? To get the community involved. But at the end of the day, y'all, there's no one person that has the solution. It's going to take all of us. There is no big U's and little I's, man. It's going to take all of us. So, man, you guys have been tuned in to the Kingdom Hour Show, man. I am your host, J Dab. Our special in-studio guests have been Mr. Cedric Davenport, Mr. Joseph Guinn, man. Hey, brothers, it's been a blessing, man. I thank you guys for stopping by and giving me some hope. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, I be looking at these young these YNs and be like, boy, you know. But that's my thinking, you know. And I can be honest and I can testify my thinking that, like, bro, like, cause me, I shut down. You feel me? Like, bro, I don't have no time for no disrespectful, no nothing. You know, disrespectful parent, no disrespectful child. Like, man, you talk to your mama like that. You know what I'm saying? And, but you know what? That's why I need to get one of y'all on the phone. Like, man, listen, I got somebody I'm finna send your way right now. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, man, that's what it's gonna take, I believe, man, us working together. So 1, foundation. 2, parents, we have to get you guys involved. We need y'all help. We have to come up with a curriculum, a life curriculum. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it's a cookie cutter.
It's not.
I don't believe it's a cookie cutter. I think we have to troubleshoot this thing together. And you know the saying, you started off with it on Pastor Guinn. It takes a village. It takes a village, man. So we got to we have to shift the aspiration. Yeah. We got to give them something positive to aspire to. Like, man, I'm gonna go get me a job. You know, like, listen, man, like, I don't just focus on a job, focus on a career. You know what I'm saying? And the best career that you're gonna find is something that you enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to enjoy doing, man. And we have to be able to teach them something. We have to be able to teach them something. So parents, community leaders, church leaders, religious leaders, business owners, we need to come together. I believe we need to call for some type of community meeting, you know what I'm saying, to see what's going on in the community. Like, man, what can we do? How can we do this here? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot, but we have to most definitely focus on training up, man. Did you guys have any last words before we tap out of here?
Man, when you mentioned about the community and these activists and leaders, maybe we might need to try to see how can we get back the summer programs so that the kids would have something to do. If, you know, I mean, what took them to a point, you know, used to have summer camp that was already provided for them. So what took that away? What took away the summer camp? What took away the lunch programs? Most kids wouldn't eat. I remember the little brown bag, you know, you had an apple, orange, and a sandwich. Yeah. And so we need to try to, you know, hold these people accountable. Say, hey, man, why don't y'all get back to doing this? If you're saying you want to help the youth, that's the way to help them. Allow them to be able to go learn how to fill out an application, learn how to write a check, and this and that. And so if we do that and we can hold them accountable and they can do what they need to do, maybe we can get some of the stuff that we was brought up on back to where the kids that have something. It's nothing like making your own money. You know what I'm saying? And if it's a young kid getting up, being responsible to get up, to go to work, like he go to school and can't wait. If he goes there, that'll teach him skills as far as being around people.
No, you right about it, man. Yeah. I grew up selling newspapers.
Oh man,
Houston Chronicle, not the Houston Post. Well, man, you guys been tuned in to the TKHS, the Kingdom Hour Show. I am your host, J Dab. Man, we salute you, man. Until next time, man. Y'all be blessed, man. And hey, peace, love, and joy. Amen.
Amen.
We gon' make it for show. Bridges burn, lessons learned, I'ma gon' let you know. When my fate hit the flow and my direction is blurry, I need an hour of power, cause it just do something to me. Let the talk go through me, cause I'm walking in favor. Get a word from the kingdom and keep me right with the Savior. Holy Spirit, we praise you, that's what I'm talking about. You keep us warm in the winter and make it rain in the drought. We praising hard in the south, like they do in the west. With some third coast flavor that had you breaking your neck. And we ain't doing it for checks, we save the souls of our people. So plug us into your deck and let us blow through your speaker. Give a game like the preachers, exposing nothing but power. Staying strong as the tower, we make the devil feel sour. So sit tight, get it right, cause it's the kingdom hour. Sit tight, get it right, cause it's the kingdom hour. It's the kingdom hour.